Good morning, friends. Hope all of you are fine. Today we will see Fibonacci rearrangement. Conversion of alpha haloketone into ester in presence of strong base like sodium ethoxide and solvent ethyl alcohol. Okay? If you take sodium ethoxide, solvent will be ethyl alcohol, or if you take methyl sodium ethoxide, then solvent will be methyl alcohol. Okay? Anyway, you have to only remember that when alpha haloketone, it is keto group, CH3 C double bond O CH2 Cl. It is keto group, and with respect to this carbon is alpha carbon, and here chlorine is attached with this alpha carbon, so it is alpha haloketone. Here one thing we have to remember, नरेंद्र मोदी फिर से, always I am mentioning this trick, never rearrangement, Fibonacci rearrangement and Shapiro rearrangement. These three rearrangements involve carbon rich species. Sorry, electron rich species. Electron rich species means carbon ion. Okay? How carbon ion is produced? Base is needed. Base, sodium ethoxide. Ethoxide ion is strong base. Ethoxide ion will abstract hydrogen. So, we have to remember that in all the three rearrangements, we have to use base. Okay? When alpha chloro, it is alpha haloketone, it is allowed to react with sodium ethoxide, then what will happen? Actually, first of all, this ethoxide ion will abstract this hydrogen, leading to minus charge here. And actually, this CH3 comes here with this. If minus charge will be here, this minus charge will attack at this carbon with the elimination of chlorine. Anyhow, here in short, you have only to learn that this methyl group is attached to here. Then what will be product? CH3, I am writing from here. CH3, then CH2, then C double bond O, then ethoxide ion will attack at this OC2H5. It will be the product and it is ester. This ethoxide ion will attack here. So it is ester. If in certain circumstances we use base, hydroxide base, then hydroxide will attack here, then you will get acid. So in some books you will see the statement, when alpha haloketone is treated with sodium ethoxide with base, ester or acid is produced. Okay. Now we will see its mechanism. Then we will solve all the problem related to this. All things will be clear from the mechanism. In mechanism, first of all, the base will abstract the hydrogen leading to carbonyl. Let us see. It is the simple compound chloro-derivative of acetone, chloro-derivative, or you can say chloroacetone. It is alpha haloketone. Okay. Now, this ethoxide ion will abstract hydrogen. But which hydrogen? If this hydrogen is abstracted, negative charge will be here. If this hydrogen is abstracted, negative charge will be here. Then which hydrogen is abstracted? If this hydrogen is abstracted, negative charge will be here, which is in conjugation with double bond, so it is stabilized by resonance, more stabilized by resonance. Okay? If minus charge will be here, again you will say that it is also stabilized by resonance because this negative charge is in conjugation with this pi bond also here. Then how can we solve this problem? If negative charge will be here, if this hydrogen is attracted by this ethoxide ion, negative charge will be here. Due to chlorine, chlorine is the electronegative element, it will affect, it will withdraw this negative charge. So, availability of this negative charge is lowered. So, this negative charge is no more available for resonance with this. So, if negative charge is here, it will be more stable. It is stabilized by resonance. So, CH2 minus you can write now this. CH2Cl, this. Okay? It is very much clear. If it is not clear, please comment in comment box. Then I will try to reply. Okay? Now, actually this is like this. So, this negative charge attacks here. And with elimination of chlorine, friend, here if ethoxide ion will abstract this, then ethyl alcohol is formed, which is here. Now, this negative charge will attack here, and chloride ion is eliminated. Now, C double bond O, a 3-membered ring is produced. CH2, CH2. This is cyclopropanone. Fine? Okay. Now, you have ethoxide ion, it will attack here in this fashion. If hydroxide base is there, that hydroxide ion will attack here, leading to acid, carboxylic acid. But here, ethoxide ion is here, so the result will be formation of ester. Okay? Now, C minus OC2H5. Okay? CH2, CH2. Fine. Now, this negative charge will shift, leading to double bond. Okay? Then which bond will form? These two methylene groups, or you can say these two carbon atoms are identical. So this bond can break in this fashion and this bond can break in this pattern. Both possibilities are equal. 50-50. प्यार का वादा 50-50. क्या है इरादा 50-50. Let us consider this bond will break in this fashion. Then what will happen? CH2 minus. This bond is opening. So we start to write from here. CH2 bond CH2 and this CH2 has become now CH2 minus. It is attached with this CH2 and then this C double bond O OC2H5. Okay. Now ethyl alcohol, this ethyl alcohol will attack here, or solvent ethyl alcohol is of course here. You have used ethanol as solvent. This H plus will come here. Okay, H plus of solvent will come here. Here, ethoxide ion is released, and then product is CH3, CH2, C double bond OC2H5. This is all about the mechanism of Tversky rearrangement. Now we will see application. First, contraction of 6-membered ring into 5-membered ring. Okay? Friends, suppose it is cyclohexanon and chlorine is at this position, at alpha position. It is keto group and it is alpha. So, it is alpha chlorocyclohexanon. Now, ethoxide ion is here. It will attack this hydrogen, not this hydrogen. It has been explained already. Negative charge here, and this negative charge will attack here. Friend, it is sigma bond. It is sigma molecular orbital. Sigma orbital, you can say. Therefore, in this direction there will be sigma star. So this electron pair, this negative charge will attack to this sigma star. And this chlorine is eliminated as chloride ion, and you will get this. Okay, double bond O. This. Now, ethoxide ion will attack here in this fashion, leading to O minus OC2H5. Now, this negative charge will shift in this fashion. Then, here question arises whether this bond will break or this bond will break. Then, we will see stability of the carbon ion in both the cases. Here, of course, these two carbon atoms are quite equivalent, so you can break any of the bond. Suppose we break this bond in this fashion. Here, this part will remain same from here. So it is 5-member ring and it is this one and it is C double bond O, OC2H5 and here there will be negative charge and from ethanol from the solvent H plus will come here leading to the resultant product. Okay? Now, it is fine. Do you understand it? Okay. Now we will see second application. Here we will see contraction of 5-member ring into 4-member ring. It is quite interesting. Very, very, very much interesting. You will see here. Number 2. Contraction of 5-membered ring into 4-membered ring. Okay? 5-membered ring, suppose it is 5-membered ring. Okay? It is not 5-membered ring. We will see contraction of 5-membered ring into 4-membered ring will be same as above, but there is some difference in contraction of 4-membered ring into 3-membered ring. Okay, friend. You will see contraction of 5-membered ring into 4-membered ring as before. You have to do it. But here we will see contraction of 4-membered ring into 3-membered ring. Contraction of 4-membered ring into 3-membered ring. Alpha chloro. Alpha haloketone it is. When it is treated with sodium ethoxide, it is base. You will think that hydrogen from here is affected. But no. It will directly attack to this carbon in this fashion. Why hydrogen from this carbon is not affected, we will see later on, that in few seconds. But first of all, let us see what will happen here. Chlorine is here, O minus and ethoxide, C2H5. Okay? It is a situation. Now, this negative charge will shift in this fashion. Then what will happen? Here this bond will break and this bond gets attached with this carbon. Why? Friends, chlorine, this is sigma bond, therefore sigma star will be here. So this electron will come here. Means this bond gets attached with this carbon. So what will be the result? It is 3-membered. This bond will come here and this chlorine is eliminated as chloride, and and this C double bond O ester group means it is the contraction of 4-membered ring into 3-membered ring. But what about if suppose it is, I am writing freshly, it is ketone, it is fluoro group. And suppose hydrogen from here is attracted, you will get this negative charge here. Okay? Now if it is a sigma star, so it would like to attack from here. It is actually such type of phenomenon is SN2. In SN2, attacking is from remote side, from back side. पीछे तरफ से धक्का मारता है SN2 में, पीछे तरफ से attacking from back side, that is remote side. Okay. And then this is sigma orbital, and here it will be the sigma star. Now you will get this. Okay? And now further ethoxide ion will attack at here. But before that, I want to say that it is highly unstable. It is bicyclic, it is 3-membered, it is 3-membered. Of course, already you know that 3-membered ring is highly unstable due to ring strain. And here there are 2 3-membered ring. It is highly unstable. So, formation of this is not possible, and so we have obtained this one. Okay, friends? Now we will see third application. Geminal dihalide gives unsaturated crystal. Means geminal dihalide will also give Papersky rearrangement, but the result is unsaturated ester. Suppose it is HCBr. 2 hydro atoms are at same carbon, so it is called geminal. C double bond O CH2R. When ethoxide ion is here, it will attack this hydrogen, not this hydrogen. It has been discussed earlier. This hydrogen, and you will get this minus R, this one. Now, this will attack at this carbon. So, bromine is released here, from here, as bromide ion, and you will get this 3-membered ring, this. Here CHBr, and here CHR. This one. Now ethoxide ion will attack here. You will get this O minus OC2H5 CHBr CHR. This. Now, this negative charge will shift in this fashion. Then question arises, which bond will break? Either this or this. If this bond breaks, negative charge will be here. And if this bond breaks in this fashion, negative charge will be here. If negative charge is here, you can say that, sir, this bromine will withdraw that negative charge, leading to stability. If charge is intensified at a position, at a single position, at a single point, if charge, single point means at a carbon, any charge, either positive or negative, if charge is intensified, it results in stability. If charge is distributed, then it causes stability. Then you can say that bromine will, no, here you have to see that if negative charge is here, this carbon will be attached with one is this. This one breaks. This is now no longer attached to this carbon. This one breaks, suppose in this fashion, then this carbon is attached to only one alkyl, this alkyl. Alkyl will pump and intensify the negative charge here. And this bond, if this bond breaks in this fashion, negative charge will be here. Okay? Friends, here, if this bond will break, negative charge will be here. And there is a contradiction that bromine will withdraw electron and this will pump electron. It is alkyl. If this bond will break in this fashion, negative charge will be here. It is alkyl group but bromine is attached. So here such factor is not considered. One important factor is here. It is bromine, and suppose if it is sigma orbital, then here one will be sigma star. Okay? It will be sigma star. So this bond will shift in this fashion. And double bond will be here. Because sigma star is here, it is sigma orbital and sigma star is here, antibody molecular orbital. So this bond will come here, leading to double bond here. And you will get unsaturated ester in this way. Okay? Number 4, fourth application. Vicinal dihalide will also produce unsaturated ester. How? Suppose it is RCHBr4. CHBr. It is vicinal dihalide. C double bond O CH2R. When it is allowed to react with base at oxide ion, this hydrogen is extracted, not this. It has been discussed earlier. You will get RCHBr, CHBr, C double bond O, CH minus R. Now it will attack to this carbon, leading to 3-membered ring, and this bromine is eliminated as bromide ion, then you will get C double bond O, CH, 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 CHBr, R, okay, and here CH, R, this. Now ethoxide ion will attack here, leading to this RCHBr, CH, CO minus OC2H5, CH, R, this. Now, this negative charge will shift in this fashion. Then you may think that whether this bond will break or this bond will break. But here, this is sigma. This bond through which bromine is attached, this is sigma, therefore sigma star is here, which is vacant. Sigma star. So, when this negative charge will shift in this fashion, this bond will shift here. In this fashion. So, double bond will be here with the elimination of this bromine as bromide. So, double bond will be here, and again you are getting unsaturated ester. It is all about applications. There are 4 applications we discussed here. Now, after discussion of application, we will see stereochemistry. Friends, stereochemistry is the germ of organic chemistry. So, we cannot forget to discuss stereochemistry. And here, stereochemistry is very interesting here. We will see first, make cyclohexane parallel this, and here tertiary butyl group, here methyl. Here we write C double bond OCH3, and here it is chlorine. It is alpha position to which chlorine is attached. So it is alpha haloketone. Okay. Now again, parallel, this. Okay. It is tertiary butyl group, very much bulky. It is Cl, and it is keto group, and it is methyl. Friends, both are stable. Here it doesn't matter that acetyl is here, acetyl is at axial, or acetyl is at equatorial. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Chlorine is at equatorial, and here chlorine is at axial. It doesn't matter because tertiary butyl group, which is very much bulky, and of course it will remain at equatorial. So both the compounds are stable, and these two are diastereomers. Friends, look at at this carbon. Configuration of these two carbon. These two are distereomers. Means these two are stereoisomer, but they are not mirror images to each other. So we call them distereomer. Okay? When it is allowed to react with base and it is also allowed to react with base, then what will happen? Let us see. Friend, first of all we make this, and this is tersibutyl, this is methyl, and what will happen here? Friend, this base will attack this hydrogen leading to minus charge here. This minus charge will attack, it is sigma, and here there is a sigma star. It is bonding orbital and anti-bonding orbital will be here, so it will attack from here. If methyl is here, double bond is here, this bond will rotate. It is carbon-carbon single bond, rotate and methyl will come here and it will acquire original and favorable position, and then this minus will attack here, and so methyl will be at axial, at above. Methyl will be, and ester will be here. This will be the product. Okay? Now what will happen here? Again we make a cyclohexane. Tertiary butyl group is here, methyl is here. What will be the situation here? Friend, this oxide ion will extract hydrogen from this carbon, leading to minus charge here, and it is sigma bonding orbital, then anti-bonding orbital will be here, sigma, that is sigma star, and then this will attack here. So methyl will be at below, means methyl will be at equatorial, and this ester group C2O2H5 will be at axial. These two are, this gives this product, this gives this product, these two are different. These two are different and these two are also different. And again you will see it, you may say it, these two are distereomers. So friends, this is all about the stereochemistry. It is very interesting. Stereochemistry involved in Favorsky rearrangement. Now I stop my lecture, but one thing is important to announce that after this video we will see quasi-Favorsky rearrangement. Quasi-Favorsky rearrangement. After this video we will upload that video. And after that we will upload an interesting video that will be questions. In that video there will be some questions asked in CSIR net. That video will be very much interesting. Okay friends, now I stop my lecture. Thank you very much.